What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. OG here, and we have the new icons coming to FC26, and they knocked it out of the park. Now, as always, there's a few question mark icons that you're wondering why they added, but at the top, the marquee icons are incredible, starting with the man, the myth, the legend. We were wondering when he'd come, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I remember 22, I started my competitive journey. It was the end of the special cards era for Ibrahimovic, and I knew I'd be seeing him again as an icon. I just didn't know when. Well, we didn't have to wait too long, and he is an absolute beast. His base card, as you see here, is a 91 rated. Power shot is his initial playstyle plus. 84 pace, 94 shooting, 82 passing, 90 dribbling, 45 defense, and 89 physical. Now, mark my words, he will become one of the top strikers in the game on the level of an R9. He will be on the Mount Rushmore of FC players with the likes of Hullet, Vieira, R9, like I said. He will be a highly sought-after player that you might have to get lucky earning in drafts, or maybe eventually, not right off the bat, I don't think, but maybe eventually they'll do an extremely expensive SBC. But this man right here is going to become a problem for many defenders, and a man that will hopefully become a problem for many potential goal scorers. The second legendary goalkeeper in 2 years added, and this one is special to me because he is my favorite goalkeeper of all time. Now, a little side note, I'm a Man United fan since 1992. We have had our own legendary keepers, two of which are in the game. Schmeichel and Van der Sar, both excellent themselves, but Oliver Kahn has always been my all-time favorite. He was the first footballer to absolutely scare the hell out of me. I literally thought he was going to come through the TV and murder me. I was fearful for the strikers that would go into the box because I thought he was going to rip their heads off. And let's just hope that FC doesn't botch him like they have been known to do with many iconic players, hero players. And he actually is an absolute beast. You see there, he has the far reach playstyle, which is the best playstyle. I also love rush out, but having far reach is a great sign. And then his stats are amazing. 92 diving, 90 handling, 90 kicking, 93 reflexes, 60 speed, which is much better than I thought they were going to give him, and 92 positioning. So, as long as FC does their job, he has the playstyle, he has the legendary career. Let's hope he becomes one of the best, if not the best keepers in the game, because I absolutely want this man holding down the goalkeeper position for my squad. And moving on to another legendary player that is long overdue to become an icon in FC, the Italian international, Roma mainstay, Francesco Totti, listed here as a striker, only 88 rated overall as opposed to like the 91 rated Ibrahimovic. Now, he has 80 pace, 88 shooting, 90 passing, 90 dribbling, 35 defense, and 74 physical. So obviously the interesting part here is as a striker, he has extremely good passing. He has the power shot playstyle plus to start off with his base version. But the question will be, can he also play cam? Because if so, I could see him being one of the best cams in the game if he is done right by EA Sports. And this is the common theme for many players, especially the next two, starting with the German international, Real Madrid legend, recently retired Toni Kroos, who was always rightfully so high rated, but was only sought after as high rated fodder because he was clunky on the pitch, he was slow, so he was never fully utilized and never really translated from the amazing center midfielder he was in real life to, playing like that on FC squads. So, will he now be utilized in FC squads as an icon? If you look, he has incisive pass as his playstyle plus to start with, 90 rated overall with 74 pace, 82 shooting, 93 passing, which is his best attribute, obviously, 84 dribbling, 72 defense, and 71 physical. This is truly a major question mark. Now, speed-wise, you can put a shadow on him and he will be great, at least initially. And then you have to look at the fact that he has 84 dribbling. How will that break up with the details? Will he be clunky again? Will you need to put an engine on him, which helps the dribbling but takes away from some of the pace? Only time will tell how Toni Kroos as an icon will be. Let's just hope he's not the same as his gold card was, because that was extremely disrespectful. And for this next player, the question mark exists as well. Will his legendary career in real life translate to being an excellent FC player, because his partner in crime from real life didn't have such a good transition? We are talking about Xavi, and we are talking about his partner in crime, the Barcelona legend, Spain international, Iniesta. Now, you see here he's a 90 rated CM with incisive pass plus, similar to Cruz. He has 78 pace, 74 shooting, 91 passing, 91 dribbling, 63 defense, and 64 physical. You see exactly where the problems could exist in FC, with the biggest issue being his lack of pace, but also his lack of defense, which, if you're looking at the meta now, for instance, 2 CDM, 4-2-1-3, or even 4-2-3-1, wide or narrow, with those 2 CDMs, you have one typical number 6 and another deep line playmaker, or even another holding midfielder, a double pivot type of situation. Either way, having 2 strong defensive CDMs is huge, and then you want 4 more all-out attacking players. Wingers, a striker, and in attacking cam, sometimes even like a secondary striker type like Totti would be a perfect example. Iniesta, just like Xavi, doesn't really fit into that meta. Now, obviously, they could change it, but will they? Only time will tell. And for our next player, we're going to move to the left back position, a very attacking left back though, and the question is, will he be able to uproot Theo Hernandez as the best left back in the game? A fan favorite in both real life and in FC, we are talking about the Real Madrid legend, Brazil international Marcelo, who has Trickster as a playstyle plus for his initial card, which is 90 rated. It's kind of a bad playstyle plus to get, but he has 86 pace, 72 shooting, 85 passing, 90 dribbling, 83 defense, 83 physical. Obviously, you can tell a more attacking type of left back. Trickster? That will be interesting. Can he uproot Theo? My guess is no, but will he still be a fan favorite and an expensive card? My guess is yes. Now, I want to move over to the women's side, and our first one we will talk about is a Brazilian legend, an OG, if you will. She was around the era I remember growing up as like a Mia Hamm and those pioneers, those iconic female American players. They were absolute ballers. Well, this woman by the name of Sissy, a Brazilian international and a rival in some ways to the women's national team of the United States, was still very respected as one of the best footballers of her time. She can absolutely translate into an elite center attacking midfielder. She's going to be super small, super shifty on the ball. Let's think maybe a female Zico, but she will be weak. She will not be able to help at all defensively. So you will absolutely need to play her at cam and cam only, because at 90 rated, she has technical plus as her original playstyle for her base card, 80 pace, 88 shooting, 91 passing, 88 dribbling, 30 defense, 65 physical. Now, 88 dribbling doesn't seem all that special, but when you add technical plus with her body type, she absolutely will be insane on the ball. She just lacks the pace to play either the wing or at striker, and she's just not strong enough for striker either. So again, you will have to play her at cam and cam only, but there I truly do think she can be absolutely successful. Now let's go back to the Italian legends. We already talked about Totti, and now let's go to the defensive side. Center back, Giorgio Chiellini, who is another player similar to Ibrahimovic that had the last of his special cards around 22, 23, and we just knew he would become an icon. We just didn't know when. Now is the time. And what's awesome about Chiellini is he already gets a great play style. Plus, right off the bat, Jockey Plus is what he will have. 89 overall with 80 pace. Definitely a good start for a base icon card, in which the player could easily have been given a lower speed, which could have possibly tampered with his chances of getting into many squads in Ultimate Team. However, 80 pace, pretty good. Shot-wise, 50, that's okay. He's a center back. Pass-wise, 67, that's okay. He's a center back. Dribbling, 60, that's okay. He's a center back. But defense, 92 on his base card. Physical, 86, and that's where Chiellini is a very interesting center back. He's big. He's definitely a presence on the pitch, but he isn't the most physical as far as when you see his strength and even his aggression many times, which you can see from the 86, not nearly as high as many of the top center backs that we know. So, one of the best to ever do it, one of the best Italian center backs to ever do it for sure. We will have to see how this new icon performs on the pitch. Now, I want to get back to the next two strikers. There's three in this new icon class of 26. We already talked about the man himself, Ibrahimovic. Now we're going to go to the women's side. An American legend, very much like Mia Hamm, different era. We are talking about Alex Morgan. And I can tell you right now, she is going to be one of the best strikers in the game. Not just for women, again, similar to Mia Hamm, but all strikers, she will be one of the best in the game. You see here, 91 rated, first touch plus as her initial playstyle plus on this base card, 87 pace, so you can throw a hunter on her and she will be flying, 91 shooting, 82 passing, 90 dribbling, 45 defense, and 79 physical. I promise you, she's going to be putting balls in the back of the net for fun. She is going to be burning defenders for fun. And without a doubt, she will have a hefty price tag, maybe even surpass Mia Hamm. And the last striker on the class of 26 icon list is one of the head scratchers, right? Maybe you know him if you were a Bayer Leverkusen fan of the past, if you were a super Bundesliga fan. If not, though, you aren't going to know him, but that doesn't mean he isn't going to be a beast just like he was in real life. We were talking about Boom Kun Cha, the best name in the list by far, I must add, but he is a South Korean international. Joining the likes of the FC hero Park Ji-sung, he will be standing at 5'10", so not the smallest, not the biggest, a good size, or what could be a good size depending on his body type for a striker. He's 88 overall with a finesse shot plus to start off with his base card, a very good playstyle plus to have, might I add, probably the second best shooting style behind the new low-driven shot plus. Stat-wise, we got 86 pace, 92 shooting, 75 passing, 87 dribbling, 30 defense, and 75 physical. So, when you combine everything there, the height, the stats, the playstyle plus, this base icon card could absolutely be a sleeper top striker, without a doubt. We just have to see how his body type combines with all this to perform on the pitch. Now, moving to the biggest, in my opinion, head scratcher in this FC26 class, just because he doesn't really fit in with the theme, in my opinion. We are talking about the German international center back, Jones. Is that you, Jones? 88 overall, 82 pace, 55 shooting, 80 passing, 76 dribbling, 90 defense, and 88 physical with aerial plus to start. Now, yes, his overall of 88 is tied for the lowest of all of these class of 26 icons. However, when you look at his very best stats, they also tie into what a center back needs. That 82 pace, you put a shadow on him right off the bat, and you have one of the fastest center backs, especially at the start with this base card being a viable option there. 90 defense, unreal with a shadow, like I said, and that 88 physical is excellent. He could potentially be the best center back on this list. And depending how his body type ties into all of this, he could also be one of the top most sought after center backs in FC26. Now, last but not least, we have our second Swedish international joining Ibrahimovic, and you never know, maybe they become a dynamic duo. We're talking about the women's phenom, Miss Caroline Seger, who is going to be a potential excellent deep line playmaker / cam. And she is coming in hot, no pun intended, 89 overall long ball pass plus, 75 pace, 82 shooting, 90 passing, 86 dribbling, 88 defense, and 85 physical. Absolutely, positively, this card has the chance to be one of the best central midfielders in the entire game. The low point being her pace. However, like I said, at the start, you throw a shadow on her or you throw a hunter on her. Maybe she has cam as a secondary position. Maybe she has CDM as a secondary position. Any of those central midfield positions, she can be a force to be reckoned with. So this is one of those cards that I wasn't necessarily expecting, but at the same time, I'm excited to see how she performs on the pitch. So there you have it, the class of 26 icon list, and I want to know what you think. Did EA Sports deliver? Did they miss some players that you were totally expecting? Did they add some players that you totally don't want? Whatever the case, just let me know how you feel about this list. And as always, keep grinding, keep having fun. I will see you on the next one. Peace out.